The way we keep digging into the past, we're all archaeologists. But what about some stunning archaeological discoveries that give us a glimpse into human history? And yes, that's what exactly we're going to talk about today. In this video, we'll unearth some incredible archaeological discoveries that'll blow your mind. So hold your shovel, as we're about to start. We'll start our journey from Turkey. In December 2021, archaeologists discovered an 8,500-year-old marble statuette in the Neolithic site of Catalhoyuk in central Konya province. The statue depicts a 5-centimeter-tall reclining human figure in prismatic form. This unique piece gives no signs of any gender, but experts say that it's reminiscent of some past excavations where males are seen leaning back slightly on the back of an animal. There are some fine embroidery details visible on the statue too. The site where this statue was excavated is one of the world's oldest known human settlements and was home to close to 8,000 people during the Neolithic period. Because of its extreme historical value, it was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List in 2012. Now, coming in second on our list, in January 2022, archaeologists successfully discovered over 260 ancient tombs in the city of San Mencia in central China's Henan province. One exciting thing about these tombs is that they were arranged orderly, which hints that they belong to some planned cemetery. These tombs are rectangular and date back to the Warring States period, 475 to 221 BC, but that's not where the discoveries end. In company with the tomb, the excavations unveiled 9 bronze chimes and 10 stone chimes. The Chinese historians are hopeful that these discoveries will open new doors about Western Henan's historical and cultural features in the pre-Qin period. For our third discovery, we'll have to relocate to Turkey because it seems like this country is rich in ancient civilization. I guess all of our grandmothers love knitting sweaters for us. But guess how old this skill is? Well, certainly more than 1,600 years old, because in December 2021, a 1,600-year-old weaving workshop, together with weight stones used to show wool into a rope, was unearthed in the Turkish metropolis of Adıyaman. This place is believed to be the site of a historic metropolis, Pera, within the kingdom of Commagene. This is not the first excavation project at this site, as previously a historic Roman fountain and several aqueducts have also been discovered. These findings are a solid indicator of the highly developed civilization at Pera. We just witnessed the remains of Pera civilization, but how can we forget the most glorious ancient civilization? I'm talking about the Roman civilization. In December 2021, a bronze statue of a griffin, a mythical creature with eagle wings, a lion's head, and a huge bird's foot with claws, was discovered in the Malaha area in the United Arab Emirates of Sharjah. The statue dates back to the 1st AD and is suggestive of a trading nexus that existed between the Arab world and nearby Roman provinces. The shape of this mythical creature is portrayed in many Roman artworks, and it formed a base to hold a large bowl to burn incense. Okay guys, now it's the turn for another majestic empire on our list. In 2019, a 500-year-old deposit of sacrificial offerings was found in a circular platform in front of the Templo Mayor, the main temple of the then Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan. This was unearthed in the present Mexican city. But the most interesting offering found in the rectangular box was the remains of a jaguar dressed as a warrior. On the jaguar's back, a wooden disc symbolizing Huitzilopochtli was also found. Huitzilopochtli was the ancient Aztec god of war. The Aztecs made ornate human sacrifices to the deity, which was also the god of the sun. The ancient Templo Mayor holds a brutal history because all the captives were forcibly gathered on this site, and the priests removed their still-beating hearts for the devotion of gods. And probably this is the reason that experts are doubtful that the jaguar also had its heart taken out. The Roman civilization was the most dominant one, and it should be of no surprise that it's also dominating our list. Imagine excavating a place just to discover a few artifacts. But if you're led to an underground chamber, this is what happened in Rome when the experts are working on restoring the Rome Emperor Nero's palace. This is what excavating a mountain out of a molehill feels like. On the chamber walls, there were strange decorations like panthers, centaurs, and a sphinx. The vast place is likely to be built after the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD. Emperor Nero is the same tyrant ruler who did nothing as Rome burnt down to ashes. They say drama is the form of art as old as time. And this was proved when experts unearthed relief masks depicting comedy and tragedy plays in the ancient city of Kastabala, which dates back to 500 BC, located in Turkey's southern province of Osmaniye. These masks were discovered when the ancient city's theater was unwrapped entirely during the project. there was a whopping number of 10 relied marks. The frowning marks depict tragedy, and the smiling marks, yes, you guessed it right, were for comedy. These excavations greatly enhanced the historian's curiosity about culture and art development in Castabala since prehistoric times. All the previous discoveries were made by archaeological experts, but this discovery is different, in the sense that some common men made it. This happened in the Paramapadu village in India, where villagers were triumphant in unearthing a 300-year-old temple of Nagaswara Swami on the banks of the Penna River after hearing tales from their elders about a lost temple. The brick-built temple was built around 300 years ago, and it's dedicated to the Hindu god Lord Shiva. There are speculations that this temple got buried in the sand after being subjected to the floods that arose from the Penna River in the 1850s. Our next discovery will be a unique one, as it did not have to be unearthed. The Klappfenstein Cave castle is located on the edge of a vertically sloping rock face in Waltensburg, Switzerland. No matter how distinctive this archaeological structure may be, the story behind its creation is still unclear. However, some dendrochronological tests have recently been carried out which suggest that this castle cave was built in 1312. It got its name because it was inhabited by the Klappfensteins, who were among the most reputable, respected families in the Bunder Oberland in the late Middle Ages. There are speculations that they also ruled the surrounding area. Like our previous entry, this next uncovering also belongs to a European country. In June 2019, a prehistoric stone engraved with headless horses was found in the excavation site in the southwestern Angoulême district of France. The Paleolithic stone plate is about 20 centimeters long, 18 centimeters wide, and 3 centimeters thick. It has a very realistic drawing of a horse, a deer, a wild cattle, and a partial engraving of another horse. Experts have considered this discovery exceptional because it's thought to come from the Aztec culture of northern Spain and southern France, who lived 14,000 years ago. Okay guys, time to relocate to Mexico again, where a 1,500-year-old Mayan altar was discovered in a small archaeological site in northern Guatemala in 2018. The altar weighed around a ton and was carved out of limestone. It was found at the La Corona archaeological site in the jungle region close to the borders of Mexico and Belize. The fascinating thing about this altar is that it closely parallels the fiction series Game of Thrones for its depiction of the Canul dynasty's political schemes for bringing cities under its control. On the altar, La Corona's ruler can be seen sitting and holding a scepter from which emerged two patron gods of the city. We'll end our list with a fearless battleship that made its way through all obstacles. The USS Nevada, which survived Pearl Harbor and 2 nuclear tests, finally met its fate after it was deliberately sunk in the Pacific by the U.S. Navy. But in May 2020, the remains of this daredevil were located 65 nautical miles southwest of Pearl Harbor. Perhaps the researchers can now finally conclude the exact reason for its demise. So guys, that's all I had for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on our future content. Goodbye, till the next video.